All right, YouTube. So today, back at this is our day 2 or week 2 of this whole entire thing we're doing with the keeping you updated on what the market's looking like out there for all the owner operators in the area. Take it as it is, but it's Sunday. It's a little bit late. Just Super Bowl just finished up a little while ago. The Eagles won. Congrats to Eagles fans. Not really big into football, but you gotta watch it, right? Always enjoy going out, having a good time with friends and family during that time. So went out and got some food. Pretty good time. But this week we did pretty good. Market was a little bit better this week, really. One of the trucks didn't do as many miles. One of them did not as many as we wanted, but the rates were decent when we did it. So start off here at truck 1. Now the last video I didn't mention, but both these trucks were running 53-foot plated dry van trailers. Some of the loads were plated specific for contamination reasons, but nothing that was making us any more money, that's for sure. Because the broker didn't ask for the trailer, you get the Raycon. That's kind of how it worked out this week. But they say plated, moonroof, whatever they want to do. But so that's that. The driver pay on these are both, well, one of them I have my dad drive, so that's kind of how it works right now. Pay him some money, but most of the time I drive the truck. 90% of the time, 80% of the time, as it's been in the past couple years. During the slow season and stuff, sometimes I take time off and work in the office, work on our safety stuff going on, and just refresh all the paperwork. And that's what happens in the winter. My dad usually hops in the trucks and does that while I'm in the office. It kind of gives me time to make these videos for you too. But this one is an owner operator. He owns it, drives it, he does it all. He books his own loads. He runs my authority. He's leased on to me, and he's approved all the videos with the numbers in it, so not a big deal. We'll start over here at truck 1, and this truck did let's go get this marker right. Yeah, 26.25, and that puts us at we've spent about $1,522 in fuel, and that's based on 5 miles to the gallon. Like I said before, 5 miles to the gallon. This truck does get a little better than that, but I always base my fuel off of 5 miles to the gallon, and 289.9 is what we've based the fuel off of. Here in the South, it's been pretty consistent at that rate. This truck did pretty good. We grossed 7,500. That puts us at 286 a mile, and that makes it after fuel 59.78. Like I said, a lot of people commented saying they're worried about driver pay, IFTA, tag, and all that stuff. All that stuff I can cover in another video. This is kind of a weekly update on what we seen the market doing, and what we got, calling the brokers and doing the spot market. So the driver pay and all that's going to be specific to you, what you decide to pay your driver, what the driver makes, the agreement that you have with the driver. It could be gross, it could be percentage, it could just be per mile, it could just be a minimum. It matters how slow your week is. A lot of drivers only driving 2,600 miles a week ain't going to be happy. So you have to adjust every week kind of what you think's going on. So that's why I don't really bring up the driver pay. Each company is different on that. So companies that have better benefits usually have worse pay. That's kind of how that works. Truck 2 didn't have a real amazing week. Only 1,553 miles. And really it's just low miles. Had a lot of short stuff. Got a cheat sheet here, by the way, as you see me looking at it. So you only put $900 in fuel. We'll put these money signs next to these so that makes it a little bit easier to understand. Yeah. Which puts him he grossed almost what we want for the week. We always aim for that $5,000 mark for the gross per truck. He's kind of on the same plan I am on those numbers. This is one of those numbers that really makes sense. You can make a living with that. After fuel, he brought in $3,070. Not too bad. I mean, not the greatest, but biggest thing, like I said before in the last videos, is your mile cost per mile. And all of our miles are figured from house to house, like home to home, from the driveway back to the driveway. We figure all miles in. That's really the only way to really know if you're making any money. But you see he had kind of a slow week, which didn't cost him that much in fuel. Could have been a little bit better. This year we had a good week because some of our load and unload times were really weird. We had to hold a load on Saturday. That helped our rate pretty good. And we had to do a drop trailer at one of the shippers. So we dropped the trailer for supposed to be 24 hours. Ended up being, I don't know, probably 12 to 18 hours, I'd say. So that worked out to our benefit. Driver got home, had a little bit of time at the house, get his restarted and all that, and it delivered. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Just a lot of finicky time there that you can really, when you negotiate your loads, you want to, work off of that. The broker knows they're going to have to pay for that. So don't give it to them for free. Kind of figure in your day rate. I always figure in a day rate. If we're doing short stuff, do a day rate. And then, if you're happy making $500 a day, then your truck's not moving and it's a loaded trailer sitting out in your yard and you're securing it, you're watching over it, profitability is $500 a day, well, then that's what you're going to charge them. Some people give them a really good deal and all that. I don't believe in that. I'm still under risk. When that thing's in my trailer, I'm still at risk for losing it. So it's going to cost. Plus that truck could be moving that day and making money. So that's just the way we do it. But pretty good week here. As far as the week, what we've seen load-wise, just did some short stuff. Well, it wasn't real short. 600-700 mile day. Obviously not every day. It's kind of the longest we went. We stayed Tennessee down. So Tennessee down. We went, let's see, didn't even go to Virginia at all. On truck 1. Truck 2, did a little bit, I think, with the Virginia. Did a little bit of everything there. Not for sure exactly where he went, but I know it was still southeast. So, and then the rates are really good going up north, all that stuff right now because of the weather. It always is, but it's just a lot more wear and tear on your truck. But truck 2, trailer had some issues. He got a piece of metal kind of cut right on, looked like he ran over something in the road and it cut right where the tread and the sidewall meet and had a slow air leak. So we just put 2 new tires in that trailer today. About midday before he left out. One of there helped him with that, hopped on it. Took us about an hour to mount up 2 tires on the trailer. So that was his expense. Otherwise, it was pretty good on his side. He did have an incident with a car turned into his front bumper. He's pretty much, he was stopped, car turned into his bumper. So we're handling that. It's going to be on their insurance. It's not our issue. We do have a dash cam in that truck, so that made it stupid easy. I got a dash cam, watched the video. We're stopped, and they're not. So that's pretty much how that's going to work out. Just one of those things. I always tell everybody that's in this business, when that truck's on the road, it's a risk. If that person really wanted to push it, they might be able to get something off of us, or just trick our insurance company into not wanting to deal with it and it's paying out. So there's always a risk. If you're booking a load, make sure you're getting paid for the risk. I don't care if it's 5 miles, you better be charging. It don't matter if that truck's 2 miles from the house or 1,000 miles from the house. If something happens, it's always an incident. It's always a big deal. So always keep that in mind. But this truck here, no issues. Red Air line coming off the back to the glad hand, got a pinhole in it. Gonna replace that. That's really about it. That's about it. That truck. The truck did pretty good, so not too bad. But any questions or concerns or anything, anything you guys want to put in the comments below. If you got any more ideas what you want me to talk about, I'm trying to keep this part of the series specific to the weekly update. But if you have any other ideas for the videos, I can touch base with them while I have a bit of time here in the winter. So, as always, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.